Okay, so here's our setup. This guy's here is confused whether he lives on a stable plane or a spinning ball flying through the outer reaches of space. So he's going to set up himself some experiments to try to prove to himself which place he lives on. And we're going to cover that experiment that he did in this video. We're going to analyze it and find out what he did wrong.
It's about 85 feet long and it's very level. So I'm going to do two demonstrations for you. One is with these little containers and the other will be with these little mountains that I made. So as you can see, the little containers, all being the same height on a flat surface, are flat across the top.
Okay, I understand what he's trying to do here. He's trying to see what it looks like putting objects on a level plane and checking the height of his objects on something level. I get it. However, it's the same mistake flat earthers and globe earthers make. We can't take household objects, move them feet away, and then try to compare that to distances that are hundreds of miles away or even millions of miles away. So let's get on to his mountain photo.
Again, there's Mount Jefferson, Mount Hood. Can't quite see Mt Rainier, it's too hazy. In the demonstration I did in the hallway, Mt Rainier was still taller. It was up here somewhere. So why is it so short in this image? And why is Mount Hood shorter than Mount Jefferson? And why is Mt Rainier shorter than both of them? And in fact, tiny, when in fact, it's the tallest mountain.
So why aren't they taller? Why don't they match the cups in my hallway? What about my cardboard cutout mountains? Nothing's matching. I must live on a globe. Folks, I'm not going to call this guy stupid, okay? We can only test according to our knowledge, all right? Obviously, this guy is lacking some knowledge in a lot of things. The other thing he is doing is he's using a photo that's probably been recompressed a bazillion times off of Google. And to do these types of tests, we don't use these types of photos. Never, never, never. And once again, he's making the same mistake globe earthers and flat earthers make by taking objects at home and trying to compare them to these distances.
This is really, I mean, I've done other tests. I've got other videos that I need to get around to making. I just moved recently and I've been really busy, so I haven't been able to get around to producing the videos. But this is one of many observations that I've looked at that makes me really call into question the whole flat earth theory, because why is Mount Rainier sunken down so low?
Alright, I've heard enough of this guy. So where's Mount Rainier? Well, he just said earlier it's too hazy to find Mount Rainier, so I think he solved his own problem possibly. Obviously it's not there. The problem with this is that Mount Rainier on a globe should be clearly visible and above or close to above the mountains that he was saying it's not. And so that's what I'm going to show you. Because on a globe, he should be seeing Mount Rainier. Obviously, Mount Rainier is washed out by the haze in the background. I'm going to make this crazy assumption that he is basing this experiment here on his cardboard cutout mountains in plastic cups. Some serious issues, though. First of all, I don't believe his camera's level. And that's a big issue because when you change the angle of your camera, you change the parallax scrolling of the objects that are so far away in the background. So that's issue one. But issue number two should have been real obvious. Apparently he's at an elevation of 10,331 feet. That elevation, being that high up, is going to negate any opportunity to tell if you're on a ball or a flat plane. And so if you're going to make a crazy claim that you don't know if it's flat or a ball flying through space at 483,000 miles an hour, traveling around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour while spinning on its axis at 1,037 miles an hour, if you're going to make the assumption you don't know the difference, then you're going to have to be a little bit more accurate than that. And we wouldn't take any photography from this height comparing peaks of mountains. However, I did my best to model this to scale and drew comparison lines Not that it's going to make a big difference, but here we go. Mount Jefferson, I drew a red line all the way across, and you can see that the red line does in fact pass Mount Hood and Mount Adams. On my model here, my Mount Jefferson line, by the way, which is all to scale and distance and sizes, my line also just passes right above Mount Hood and Mount Adams, like his line here does. Drawing a line from Mount Hood past Mount Adams, you can see that this Mount Hood would be just slightly taller than Mount Adams. I did the same here from Mount Hood past Mount Adams, and as you see, the line is just slightly above Mount Adams. So perspective-wise, we're pretty much in line here on a flat plane, and if this was a ball, by some crazy chance, we probably wouldn't see too much of a difference anyways at this elevation. The thing that I have in my photo right here, that is Mt Rainier, seems to be missing in his photo. Now he claims that Mt Rainier is way back here in the background, and unfortunately I don't have his raw camera data. I got this off odiupicku, or however you pronounce his name. Anyways, don't matter how you pronounce his name. He jumped ship. He's now a globe earther. But if we zoom in here, I'm not seeing Mt Rainier. What I do see is nothing. Now this guy claims Mt Rainier is here, but I certainly don't see Mt Rainier. Possibly this little white hazy part right here might be Mt Rainier. I don't know. But here's the problem with that. Mt Rainier on a globe would only have 2,000 feet covered up at this height. That's it. So Mt Rainier on a globe should be cutting across here like this, drawing a line here, like I've drawn it here. Mt Rainier should be right here. So I have no idea where his Mt Rainier went. Obviously it was washed out in the hazy background, being 189 miles away. So what I did is I took his photo in Photoshop and I tried to find Mt Rainier. Once again, I'm getting this off a YouTube video, so this is totally inconclusive. But if we zoom in, there is an object in the background up here that goes up kind of like this in the background, and if you drew the line across, it actually would be a little higher than what it should be. He puts his arrow way down here for some reason, but you can see the pixel data is being blocked by something. Something is right here. I don't know what that something is. That possibly could be Mt Rainier. Who knows? And so when you're going to make wild claims like you don't know if you live on a ball or a flat plane, you need to include your raw camera data, and you don't need to be doing tests like this. However, in the link description, and I didn't post the photo simply because some videos that have posted this photo have been taken down, but in the link description is someone had taken a picture of Mt Rainier, I think at 149 miles away, close to sea level. Now, on a globe, you should not see Mt Rainier at all. It would be completely covered up. And that link is in the description, and you can check out the link. And I linked a video of somebody that did run it. I just don't want the video taken down. So you can check that out also. And in the video, he does the curvature rate, squaring the camera, everything's correct. And so just by many other evidences that we have, the Earth is indeed flat. And I don't know why this guy's so confused, but hopefully he will get this video. I couldn't find his channel to message him. I have no idea where he's at, so hopefully he'll get this and wake up. This is Mike. Like and subscribe.